Hey, what's going on? My name is Rocha, and I'm a cinematographer based out of the San Francisco Bay Area. So today we're looking at this camera bag from Manfrotto. It's called the ProLite Cineloader, and just full disclaimer, it was sent to me for review. So there's three different sizes you can get. In this case, this is a large, there's medium and small. The dimensions obviously change. The only thing that remains is the configuration. The style is exactly the same. You get the same types of internally looks the same. Also externally is just, more compact. So let's look at it. Let's open it up. You see there, that's the inside, First of all, it has a strap to hold on to the camera so it doesn't slip out accidentally. I have here a Sony FX9 with the servo 28 to 135. This is the reason I chose the large bag. Is I'm often dealing with these kind of camera packages. So it can get a little longer. If we look at the dimensions of this bag, see, you can fit about 21-inch long camera. This is about 18 and a half inches. So I could possibly put a slightly longer zoom lens, which I do have, and it'll fit in here. The width, it's about 10 inches. Depth or height, I should say, it's about 11 inches. Yeah, this camera is about 11 and a quarter inch, and it fit nicely in here. Obviously, you have some depth with this lid, so you can fit about 11 and a half inch camera, and you should be fine. So why would you need something like this? What's the usefulness of a camera bag like this? Well, it's the ability to have your camera pre-built for the most part, right? The only thing I need to throw on in here is my batteries and a monitor, and I'm essentially ready to go. It saves a lot of time. I have Pelican cases, and the thing about those is I need to take out the lens. I need to take out, I don't know, the rods and like the handle sometimes. And to rebuild it on set takes time. That's eating into maybe setting up my lighting or the audio or reconfiguring the room or talking to my talent. So there's a ton of other stuff that is taken away from whenever I have to build my camera. So that's one other stressor that I don't want to deal with. So I'd rather have the camera pre-built. Secondly, if you look inside, these dividers, you can reconfigure them however you like, depending on the camera package you have. You can make more space. But I have my V-mounts batteries. My monitor is in here. Little extra bag with tools and AC adapter, media, and cables are all in here. Everything is under just one space. When you have smaller camera bags, you kind of have to spread out your gear over different bags, which is not ideal. If you're trying to be self-sustained or working with small crews, you want to be efficient. So it's better to have the essentials in one bag, and you can get up and get going and shooting, right? That's what you're paid for. So the longer you take to set up, that eats up into shooting time. So it's what I love about it. All my essentials are here. Obviously, I have more stuff if I needed it, but if it's just for interviews, I could totally roll with this package and be ready to go. I have the AC adapter, V-mounts, and monitor, and I can be set up in no time. So, all right, so let's look at these dividers, which are amazing. You see, they're foldable. They reconfigure in different directions. So let's say I had a different camera built. I can reconfigure it differently, depending on what I need. Obviously, I'm not going to do it right now, but you get the idea, right? You can fit more stuff if your camera is smaller. If you have, like, let's say I had a prime lens on this camera, then I wouldn't take up the full length, and I would use a divider like this. But in this case, take it out, and I used it as a protection for this other lens that I have in there. Now, my other favorite thing about this bag is the lid itself. As you can see, it's being held up by these two straps. You can take them off if you don't want to, but I really like them because I can keep my camera bag open, get access to all my stuff. The cables, you see they're see-through. There's 3 of them, and I can see what I have in there. There's one where here that you can't really see what's back there, but you can fit other stuff but this is how I like to have it. Cables and media. That way I can, talk to that DIT. Hey, there's the media if you need to get the card readers in there. I can hold the pen there or a lens cleaner in there. But this hard case is also special because it is made out of this hard shell, so you can stack cases on top of it. It's strong. It's not going to cave in. You see that? You can even, there's these little straps that it comes with. I have not installed them, but you can essentially feed them through and strap on a tripod if you wanted to. I don't plan to do that, but it's nice to have there if I wanted to. Let me show you my other camera bags. That way you can compare, the difference between this lid compared to other ones I have, and you'll see why this is so great. So this is the other camera bag I've used a lot. I bought this myself. This is from Port Brace. And you see here, the lid itself, it's flimsy. You definitely don't want to put anything on top of it because it'll cave in. The only thing I throw on top of it is my sweater. That's about it. You see there, you open it up and you can, toss your camera in here. The only thing though, it doesn't have compartments. What I've had to do is just put all my V-mounts and an AC adapter and a bunch of other stuff on little baggies and just stack them here on the side, which is not ideal because everything's kind of loose and flying all over the place. So this is a little drawback of this type of camera bag. And also, I end up having to put my cables here on the side, but this is a see-through, but it's not protected from the weather, which I'll show you in a little bit why the Manfrotto, it's so great with the weather protection. So yeah, there. This, however, though, you can throw on wheels. They pop into here and you can wheel it with this pull-out handle. So I really love this bag for this one reason. Is just the ability to roll the camera bag, instead of having to haul it over my shoulder, which can get pretty heavy. You're talking about 30 pounds possibly. So here's another one. This is called the doctor bag. I don't like this kind of bag because I feel like you lose a lot of space. This style is not my favorite. It's hard to zip up. It gets stuck many times. And once you throw in the camera in here, you kind of lose all these, the lid itself. You can't, put cables in here. They kind of closes up on itself. So it's not my favorite, but it's another style of bag that's very popular. Okay, let's bring back the Manfrotto bag just so you can see again. The hard shell is great for stacking stuff. I've had to stack stuff on top of it. I did a shoot recently and I had my mag liner filled up to the top with stuff, and I did stack some cases on top of it because otherwise I would have to do a second trip. So the ability to stack other cases on top of it is major, I'd say. Also, I have to mention that the bag is made out of this weather resistant fabric, and it holds up pretty nicely under the rain. I was in a video shoot and it did get wet. The bag just dried out over an hour or so. Nothing got damaged in the inside, obviously, because it holds up pretty nicely. Now let's look at the outside. You have baggies here on the outside with zippers. The front, again, it has this zipper. You can, throw in more stuff. I have a magic arm, some rods in there. It has 3 compartments for extra stuff you can use, camera accessories, backup cables or whatever. Another side bag with zipper. And on the back, it's another bag, a zipper bag. And I threw in here the shoulder strap, which you can quickly click on. And it's great whenever you're working by yourself and you have to bring your camera bag. You get extra support with the shoulder. It also has this AirTag pouch, which I do use quite a bit. I use AirTags on a lot of my bags. Okay, throw this back in here. Okay, so there you have it. This is the bag. Again, to reiterate, the ability to stack all the essentials into one bag is great. These dividers are incredible for reconfiguring the space and storing more stuff in it, and so things don't fly around. I really like the design of it. If you compare it to, this is your standard divider that you see on most camera bags, they're fine, but you know, it's just they only go one way. Where these ones, you can reconfigure it in different directions because they kind of fold in and out. You know, they just give you more flexibility. So I got to give it up to the design of this bag itself. It's been really good to work with, I gotta say. And so if you're a solo shooter or you're working on a small production, make sure you have your camera pre-built. It's gonna save you so much time and stress. That's another one. The stress of having to build the camera the day of the shoot is not ideal. So whenever you can, always have your camera pre-built. Have a camera bag. Don't strap on your camera onto your passenger seat. That's not good, you know. I can't say how many times that thing has rolled over on me. So always try to keep your camera safe, keep it secure, show up professionally. And so you might want to check out something like this. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer. Also, if you want to check it out, there'll be links in the description. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.